It is Sunday, April the 19th, 2026. And I figured I'd take me a walk. Got plenty of land to walk on. Trails everywhere. Got me some good old coffee early this morning. Take a good walk. Getting ready to be 60 on the 25th. And I'm glad I'm still able to get up and with no aches and pains and be able to get out here and walk like this. Since it's nice weather, and it's gonna get even better as days go by, so you'll see me out here more. Maybe you'll see some rabbits and snakes and some other critters out here. When you're young and in the 20s, people say, well, you better get to work and all and make something of your life. So you can retire comfortably. But back then, we all thinking, well, I'm only 21, 22, 60 years, that's 40 years from now. You don't realize how fast that 40 years will go by. Because here I am. Because I thought the same thing, 40 years. I'm like, man, I'm 20 years old. 40 years, that's twice my lifespan that I've already lived. I got plenty of time. Well, that time is is run out. Them 40 years have gone. You got to have everything prepared in case something happens. All your family, your loved ones, your wife, your husband, kids, grandkids. Yeah, it might be 40 years, but there's a lot you need to get done in them 40 years. And I've come to realize early in my life that if you go by the playbook that the world has laid out as the things you do in order to have a good life, it's almost laid out like railroad tracks. They go one way. If you try to turn, you jump off tracks. It's not like a road. You can turn from one road to another, but tracks, you're on the tracks and you got to follow them tracks, and there's no other option. Normal thing. Go to school, graduate, go to college, get a degree, get your house, get married, have kids, pay on your house, mortgage and stuff, and the car for the next 30 years, and maybe you have enough saved up to be able to get out of the workforce when you're 65, 70, 75, maybe 80, maybe. But as you go through that time, you start to realize how time really flies. Things start to make you stop and realize. Older you get, wiser you get. Well, there's a reason why they say that, because you start to realize and wise up of how life really works. People you knew in high school start passing away. And then, if not before, family members do the same thing. Your father, your mother, your older brothers and sisters. You start to realize how life is not as long as you thought it was going to be. It's still going to be long, but how fast it actually, how fast it can go by. Time stands still for nobody. It don't matter who you are, how famous you may be, how rich you may be. It doesn't matter. It don't matter how healthy you may eat and exercise and everything. When it's your time, it's your time. For example, we thought Chuck Norris was going to be here forever. He's always talking about how he eats healthy and always exercises, but yet his time was up, and that's it. And as you get older, you start to be more vigilant of making a better life for yourself and not dealing with other people's BS. You tolerate them less and less as you get older. Don't let others predict the outcome of your life. Don't let them suggest or tell you what you should be doing. Oh, if you don't go get your degree, you're not going to get anywhere in life. And I've seen that a lot of companies start to have the same mindset. If you don't have some kind of a degree, regardless of what it's in, they just flat out already determined that they're not going to hire you. You may be the best person for the job that they are hiring for, but if you don't have a degree, they're just not going to hire you. Which is a shame, because a lot of people that's got the capability of doing the task of the job better than people that actually has a degree even though a degree is not needed. Some people are just naturally gifted of knowing how to do certain things. I've seen so many people that are able to do a job just because they have seen other people do it, watched them long enough, learn how to do it. Didn't need to sit down and read books and take tests. Just because you can sit and read a book or two and then go take a test and pass the test don't mean you're going to be able to do the job. Just because you can take a test after you read a book and all and pass, that doesn't mean you're going to do a good job. Because you think about it, and that goes for everything. Because if everybody that studied for their driver's license and took the test and passed it, if that was the case, that everybody's going to be good, we wouldn't have bad drivers on the road. Just because you took the time to read the book and the time to take the test and pass it don't mean you're going to be a good driver. Same with a job. Just because you studied, took the test and passed it does not mean you're going to do a good job. I wish it was that case, because then everybody that passed the driver test would be good drivers. But God, we know for a fact that that is not the case. And just like a job, if you don't do your job, you get fired. If you don't drive right, you get your license suspended. You get fired. Life is too short. Don't take other people's BS. Don't let other people predict how your life is going to turn out to be by telling you what you have to do to have a good life. It's your life, not theirs. And be sure that you appreciate each day you get up, and because you are blessed to be able to get up in the morning. And don't forget about the ones that are no longer here with us. Just like today, back in it was 2017, on the same day as today, April the 19th. It was a Wednesday, and that's when my sister passed away. Even though that's not her birthday, but when they have a birthday and they're still here, I call or text them and say happy birthday. But after they are gone, I take the day that they passed and do things that we used to do together, just to remember them each and every year, and not let them fade away just because they're no longer here. It was their time. For whatever reason, it was their time. Everybody has a certain amount of heartbeats when they are born, and when that last beat is here, that's it. There's no more. You have to cherish each and every moment that you have on this earth while you're still here. We don't have time to deal with unappreciative people that shows no respect, no courtesy. They all out for themselves. What can they get from you to make their life better or easier. They can care less about your life. And that's what I'm talking about. Other people's BS. Life is too short. I'm glad I realized that when I was in my 20s, that eventually I'm going to be 60 and beyond, if the Lord is willing to let me have that many heartbeats. This is Sunday, and hopefully I get to see Saturday to celebrate my 60th birthday. Live your life as comfortable as you can. Be sure all your responsibilities are taken care of. If you have children, grandkids, or whatever it may be, spouse, be sure you're doing your duties of taking care of them as you promised. It's a real shame seeing the divorce rate and stuff like that, or boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, just going up each and every year. I don't see the respect that I used to see in younger people when I was younger. Even back when I was in my 20s, I see young people my age or younger, when they see a elderly person going into the store that they're going into as well, they will open the door and hold it open until that elderly person gets there so they can enter the store before they do. They may stand there for 15-20 seconds waiting for that person to get there. Courtesy, respect, and honor the ones that's been there, done that. If you let people run all over you and continue running all over you with showing no respect, they will continue to do it for years. Oh yeah, they may claim that they're gonna not do it anymore or whatever. They're gonna be a better friend or whatever. But at the end, they'll just continue to do their BS. It's just, some people just never will change. And they'll take advantage of other people through their whole life and don't even think twice about it. And sometimes I go back into the town that I was born and raised in, doing like catering, expedite and stuff, Uber Eats, DoorDash and stuff. I go back there, try to keep all the memories alive, to go places that I used to go with my brothers, my sister, my cousins, which some places are no longer there. It's been torn down, and now it's become a little forest, trees and everything, like nothing ever been there. Or they tore it down and built something else. I mean, little things like we used to go to the driving range and now it's apartments. And not even, probably not even half a mile on the exact same road, there used to be a theater. They tore it down and built apartments as well. And all the time I was there, they complained about the traffic on that road. And now it's got to be 300 to 600 apartments on each section now, on each one of them properties. It's got to be 300 or more apartments. As far as I know, it's apartments. It's not condos or anything. But either way, apartment or condos, it's a family dwelling, and that means somebody lives there, so it still counts the same as amount of people. And they got to get on that rat race and live that normal life that the world seems to say is the norm. Work 9 to 5, come home, eat, shower, watch a little TV, go to bed, get up, do it again to pay bills. That's all there is, as the world says and tries to tell us. That's all it is. You need to put your time in for the society to pay your bills and live, and then you can retire, and then the next generation comes along, same thing. That sounds too boring to me. I didn't listen to them. I was being a entrepreneur when I was a teenager. Cleaning driveways, pressure washing driveways, trimming the driveway, concrete driveways, cutting grass. I can't remember what kind of bike it was, but it was a regular, it wasn't a BMX or anything like that, but it was a regular bicycle. But I had to figure out a way to make it easier to get the lawnmower to the places where I was going to cut grass. And I was watching some TV show, and I want to say it was the Brady Bunch, I think it was, where I got the idea. I think it was that one. I have to go back and watch some of their episodes, but I want to say that's where I saw it. On one of their bicycles, they had a thing called banana seat, and it had that little ring on the back. And I was thinking, if I changed my seat on my bike to one of them, I would be able to take the handle of the lawnmower and pull it like a trailer. So I think I was with my mother at the time. We went to Kmart, and I asked her if I can get one, and I think they were like $12, $15. And I told her why, and she said, well, that makes sense. It'd be easier. You can get there faster instead of pulling it and walking or trying to ride a bike. Because sometimes I had to cross the main highway, which back then it was the same road as it is now, but it used to be almost like a paved dirt road, 2-lane each direction, but it had the same amount of traffic as it was a dirt road going back to maybe like a little development, very little. Now it seems like an interstate, to the point where the intersection where I crossed, to get to the other side, to get to 3 people's houses to do their lawns during the summer. It got so busy, so many accidents at that intersection, they finally put up a stoplight there. So people complain that there's too many accidents. It's like a blind spot. And they finally got one put in. And I want to say that was put in after I moved up here to Jacksonville. So it was like 30 years it took to get them to see that they need a light at that section. But I saw ways to make money, save money, without following the world's playbook normal life. I like being a entrepreneur when I was a teenager. I had lemonade stands, cutting grass, a few other things, just things that I thought I was going to like, and I saw potential of making money. And I kept that mindset right on through junior high school, right on through high school, and then I see so many classmates talking about what college they're going to go to. The only education that I actually went to after high school was basically trade school and courses to teach me of more about the industry I was going to go into, which was heating and air. How they build the units, and then I start to realize they're pretty much all built the same, just the housing, you know, what it's all in is all different and stuff, but it all works the same. And I knew in the area I lived in, during the summer everybody wants air conditioning. It's about like the devil. He wants ice and he's willing to pay whatever to get that ice cube. So I saw the opportunity to work for myself as an entrepreneur. I did work for other heat and air companies for maybe a summer. I worked for maybe 4 other companies. So I can actually see other people work on them, so I can learn that way. I'm the kind that I like learning by watching others, of working on things instead of seeing it in the book. Learn something in the book, it's not the same when you're out there putting your hands on it. But yeah, in life, it's these little sayings you hear usually from older people. Older you get, wiser you get. And as you get older, they start to make more sense. Well, if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. Them things become reality as you get older. you may not think they are when you're younger, because you hadn't lived as they have. They've seen more things. Something my dad used to say when you ask him a question that you really may not want to answer to, but you asked anyway. He'll say, well, I can tell you the truth, or I can lie to you just to make you feel better. And he don't even have to answer you. Just that statement pretty much answers your question, whatever it may have been. It's just the little things in life that so many people now overlook. And then when they get older, they regret all them little moments that seems insignificant at the moment that they present themselves in your life. But when you get older, you miss them. So in life, this place is getting packed. Warmer weather. People love out here getting walking. But yeah, in life, another saying, every now and then you got to stop and smell the roses. And that is so true. You need to stop and smell the roses, because the roses eventually will wither off and die. They'll come back again, but you may not be around. So take a moment and enjoy life. Get out in nature, walk. Free your mind from the tech world and all the chaos, the rat race, and really enjoy life as it should be. See you in the next video.